Feel free to share your thoughts. Drop them in the comments.
Number 12-5056-DP. This is the plaintiff's motion regarding custody and parenting time. Miss, your name is Patricia N. Capely?
Yes.
You are the plaintiff. You appear in the courtroom this morning. Sir, you are John D. Patterson II?
Yes, sir.
And you appear via Zoom this morning. Will you both please raise your right hands?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this case is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes.
I do.
Thank you. You may put your hands down. Before we proceed, I'd like to hear from the friend of the court regarding the orders previously filed. Mr. Holtman.
Currently, Your Honor, the party shares joint legal custody with Ms. Capely having.
Do me a favor, guys. Tap the screen. Share the live if you can. Share the live. Tap the screen.
Physical custody of the minor child. Parenting time is alternate weekends during the school year, and the parties submit proposed or agreed upon summer schedules to the front of the court office. They've been doing that for the last 2 years. And they've already submitted that for this upcoming summer, but during the school year, every other weekend, and then summers vary year to year, depending on their agreement.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, Ms. Capely, what are you requesting, please?
Full custody.
Okay, you have physical.
Yeah.
And what do you mean by full custody?
Where previous on April 21st, we met up at Lucky's and.
Okay, we'll get to that in a bit though. There are two types of custody in Michigan. There's physical and legal custody.
Yeah.
You already have physical custody, so what are you asking
For
for?
full.
Full what?
Physical.
Full, you already have full physical.
Well,
I want to make sure I can't put words in your mouth.
full custody.
There are two types.
Where he is, I don't want full custody until he gets help. That's
Okay.
what because.
Okay, just hear me for just a second. There's physical custody in the state of Michigan.
Yes.
That means where the child resides primarily.
Yes, that's where my child is with me.
Right, so you have that.
Yes.
There's also legal custody. Legal custody deals with decision-making on behalf of the child. It could be.
Yes, I would want that also.
Okay, so you're asking for legal custody then too, sole legal. And why are you requesting sole legal custody?
Because on Sunday, April 21st, we were meeting up at Lucky's for our meetup places.
Huh?
And Lucky's where?
A steakhouse in Emily City.
Okay, that'd be Lapeer County. Right near I-69.
Yeah.
Court can take judicial notice that that's in Lapeer County. And what are you alleging that happened?
Domestic violence. He got kind of kidnapping because after.
Kind of kidnapping.
Well, he took my child because he got triggered and hit my fiance's truck like 5 or 6 times, and then he hit me and I was blocking him. I have evidence. He does have a child abuse case against him, against his daughter. And he's a repeater.
Okay, let's back up.
You don't have the right to do that.
You met at Lucky's. Was that to be an exchange of the child?
Yeah, it was an exchange for me to pick my son.
Okay, so you're supposed to pick your son
Yeah.
up. Did that happen?
Well, afterwards, after the cops got involved and
police were involved.
the domestic was involved.
Okay. So police were called and you allege that he struck you?
He struck me, he struck the vehicle that I was in because he was triggered. Because I didn't give him a chance of dating me again, and he knew I was with my fiance.
And you claim that there's a child abuse matter involving Mr. Patterson as well in another?
Yes, on his daughter. And I have evidence to show.
What's the allegation?
not domestic, but child abuse. There's,
Are you aware of criminal charges being brought?
I would think so. I mean,
Okay, you're not certain, but what about on April 21st? Are there criminal charges pending against Mr. Patterson?
The cop did a domestic report for me and he said it was domestic violence.
Okay.
I don't know if there's charges.
Have you been notified by the prosecuting attorney's office in Lapeer County?
No,
But police were notified.
police were notified.
And after police were notified, what happened with the defendant?
He got arrested
He was arrested. Okay.
and they raided his truck or SUV.
Have you had the child since?
Well, he had him the previous weekend. Supposedly my son went out of state on my permission also, so.
So tell me the child did not, obviously there's an exchange. I'm hoping the child did not witness this.
Yes, he did.
The child did witness this.
Yes, all of it.
Anything else?
Just, he needs help and he knows it.
Mr. Patterson, before we proceed in me asking you questions in this matter, I have to ask, are there criminal charges pending?
There are criminal charges, but I would like to explain my side of the story before anything is.
Oh, okay. Before you do that, though, could you tell me what the charges are?
DMV and then malicious destruction of property under $200.
And what do you mean by DMV?
Domestic violence.
Are there
Because
any felonies? Are there any
There's no
felonies?
felony charges, no. Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I haven't talked to my lawyer yet. I have court on the 17th.
Okay. The court has the opportunity under the My Court application to look up this matter just to see what the charges are. Do you have any objection to me looking at that very briefly?
No, I mean, I'm not hiding anything from you. I've never really.
I'm not asking you to hide anything. I just.
No. I'm just.
I
Yeah.
have some sort of.
I
You
mean,
don't have
right
any
now,
objection?
no, I don't have any objections.
Okay. You've been before a judge?
Yes, we rescheduled it. I went on the 10th, May 10th, in front of a judge, and then she scheduled it to the 17th for May 17th.
Okay. So she would be Judge Shager Barnard, I believe.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Any objection to me just looking up and see what the pending charges may be?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
You do have an objection or you don't?
No, I don't.
Okay. I just want to have a clear record. And I have the permission of both parties. This I shall.
Thank you guys for sharing the live. Thank you guys for liking it. It means a lot. Helps the algorithm. Appreciate you.
I think there might be a CCW charge or something for a pistol. They said I was transporting incorrectly, so that might be on there too.
Let's take a look.
Damn, bro. Let's I know, Blue. I know. I don't know where this one going, guys. I don't know where this one going. So somebody sent me this, so I'm following the path, man. They said it's a must watch, so. I'm watching.
Okay, I did find it. State of Michigan versus Patterson, 2024-0559 FY. scheduled for a probable cause conference on May 17th, as stated by Mr. Patterson. Let's see. Pull that file. All right, the charges include carrying a concealed weapon,
Damn.
domestic violence,
Woo.
malicious destruction of personal property less than $200. Bond was set at $2,500.
That's crazy.
So, Mr. Patterson, you just stated a moment ago that you wish to give your side or account of this. I have to caution you. There's a criminal case pending. You have the right to remain silent. Your silence cannot be used against you. Anything you say in this courtroom could be used against you in another proceeding. You don't have an attorney representing you in this matter. You did state you have an attorney representing you in the criminal proceedings. So I have to caution you, if you do respond to this, however you respond, the prosecuting attorney in Lapeer County could use that information in your criminal proceedings. Do you understand that, sir?
I mean, I understand that, sir. And everything I'm going to tell you is the same thing I put in the police report, and that is on record when I called 911 to state the matter at hand.
Okay, well, I just wanted on the record that.
So I want to pause it real quick, guys, because we know on this platform we talk about the silver bullet tactic, false allegations. Sometimes they'll throw things until it sticks. This may be a prime example of the silver bullet tactic. And if he wasn't recording or documenting, a little of it might have got loose and ran wild, and now he's fighting an uphill battle that we talk about. I'm just saying, it sounds like it's going into that.
This court didn't force you to say anything, and the court did advise you regarding your rights. Do you acknowledge your rights and understand them?
I do acknowledge them, yes, sir.
Is there anything affecting your mind or brain making it difficult to make important decisions?
The safety of my child.
Okay. Well, if you wish to respond, that's up to you, sir. Go ahead.
Let's go.
So to respond, I know Ms. Capling had reported or had sent in a letter.
Thank you, Tim.
Stating the issues. There's some cliff notes. There is a couple lies, but I did not react because Ms. Capling did not inform me that she was back with her ex-abusive girlfriend or fiance. So leading back to November 26th, when me and Ms. Capling was co-parenting, there was an incident to where her fiance tried to run my son and her off the road. When dealing with the situation, I told them to call the police. I have a text message from my son stating that she had told him not to call the police. And this is versus Margaret Parks, which...
Can you spell the last name?
Huh?
Can you spell the last name of that individual?
Parks, P-A-R-K-S.
Okay. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So going from that, Ms. Capling knew how I felt about this person. Not once have she communicated that they were back together or doing anything. My son had asked her and talked to her to inform me, and she told.
Do me a favor, guys. Tap the screen. Let's get the likes up. We got a goal of 10K tonight, man. 10K. If everybody tapped the screen, we could definitely get there. If this is not your content, exit stage left. We understand. This is what we do. Trying to educate the masses.
Told him to shut up. When coming to pick him up, she did not clarify who was coming down with her to pick her up. So on that day, when we pulled into Lucky's and I saw the vehicle, I asked my son, did he want to go with her? He said no. So I got out of my truck. Patty got out of the vehicle, and I told Patty I was refusing to release custody to her at this moment because of the situation that happened November 26th with her fiance trying to run my son and her off the road.
Okay, time out. November 22nd, 2023?
November 26th, 2023, correct.
26th, 2023. Okay. Now, regarding that allegation, did you contact police?
I dialed 911. I was on the phone with dispatch, and Miss Capling was on the phone with dispatch also.
All right.
There is record of it.
Understand that, but did the police perform any action upon your allegations?
I haven't heard anything, nor did she say that the charges were dropped or anything. The only thing I knew was at that particular time they were not supposed to have contact.
Okay, so that happened in November of 2023. When did you even file a motion to exclude this individual from being around the child?
I mean, at that time, no, because me and Miss Capling were co-parenting. So
okay.
Miss Parks wasn't supposed to be in the picture, and I didn't know Miss Parks was ever back in the picture because because of the situation, I was frustrated and upset, and I removed myself coming up to Bad Axe because of that happening. That was my last straw with that situation.
Okay, so moving forward.
Dad's moving forward.
Moving forward, though, when you discovered apparently that this Ms. Parks was involved, I mean, again, I'm not trying to pry this out of you because there's a criminal charge pending, but do you wish to respond to those allegations of allegedly ramming a...
So when I told Miss Capling that I was refusing to release Tristan in her custody, she got outraged. And because she got upset, I got upset. And that's when I started yelling about the fact that she literally tried to run you two off the road and you are back with her. Like, Miss Capling never communicated anything. She never She said she was with someone. Yes, that is correct. But she never said who that person was. I didn't know who that person was until the day of doing the drop off at Lucky's.
How old is the child?
12.
Well, and you would agree as well that the child had seen all of this?
He was in the vehicle, correct? Yes.
And that there, folks, is how you get childhood trauma. A lot of us are walking around with childhood trauma because of situations like this.
Anything else you wish to place on the record?
I did not kidnap my son. I refused parenting to release her for parenting. And after the incident, I left. I called 911. And then we were coming back because they wanted me to do a statement. And that's when I got detained.
So you called police as well that day?
Yep, there was 3 witnesses. A landscaper called, and then Miss Parks called, and then I called also to report the incident.
All right. Your final response?
Previous, she did try to run me off the road, but she has no police report on it. She has no criminal charges against her, against me.
Was the child in the car?
Yeah, yes.
This is your fiance.
It was on Church Road, and then she was trying to get past me, so I had to move over. So she was, I would say, not outraged, but
right, Blue.
I brake checked her, and she was going. I was almost again by the stop sign.
Is the child in the car?
In my car, yes. So I moved over.
Time out. So why was she following you?
Huh?
Good question. But it's a dirt road. We didn't have an OPPO. We didn't. I mean, she could be looking at a sunset for all I care. But I was right by a stop sign. So why go against a stop sign and go left?
But you stated under oath that you brake checked her.
Yeah, to make her stop because she was going down a dirt road fast.
What would happen if she didn't notice that and you were rear-ended with the child in the car?
I mean, he did have his seatbelt on,
Wow.
but I wasn't gonna, you know,
What?
I had enough room by the stop sign where she could go over.
Okay, so,
But she's had counseling, she has, therapy once a week.
you're talking about the child,
No,
this individual?
yeah, my fiance,
Okay.
and she's changed.
Yo, her fiance sounds like she did more than the actual kid's father. Thank you for the new follow. We got a new follower, guys. We got a new follower, man.
New friends. Special day.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
It's crazy.
What about,
But that doesn't make him to put his hands on me.
that I understand, but that's an allegation yet, it's not been proven. I understand what the allegation is. What are you proposing then regarding parenting time for Mr. Patterson?
He needs help. He's a repeater. Child abuse. He has CPS cases on against him.
When?
This pending
When was the
charge.
last one?
I don't know exactly what his daughter's case is, but I have evidence that witness has a child abuse against him. And then now me. There's no charges against Maggie or Margaret Brooks.
Did she bring charges against herself for almost getting into a car accident with her kid? I mean, did she literally brake checked her fiance?
Dan, do you have any response to the allegation that there were CPS investigations involving you and another child?
So about 2 years ago, I spanked my child for stealing. The way I went about spanking it, I left a dime-sized bruise on her hip. So when doing with the case, I got hit with a 4th-degree attempted child abuse. I went through counseling, I did CPS, I had therapy, and I was cleared of everything. And I went to jail for 7 days.
Okay.
You don't
Is that the
have
last
the right to do
contact
that.
with Child Protective Services?
Yeah, I haven't had a contact with Child Protective Services in over 2.5 years.
I'm assuming there's a no contact provision between, you are not to have any contact directly or indirectly with Ms. Capely while this matter is
Yeah,
pending?
but I would like to also state that she filed this motion, but at the same time, she has been contacting me through @close for changing weekends with Tristan. So her filing this motion is really confusing of why she filed it. She filed it on the 29th, which I understand, but twice through me and through my son, she asked me if we were swapping weekends. She wanted to swap the 17th, and it's in @close. The first part of it is in @close. The second part of it is in my son's phone. And my response to her was, my response to my son, because I wasn't going to respond in @close because I'm not supposed to have contact, but I couldn't answer any of her questions until after May 10th because we were coming to this hearing.
I see.
So if she's...
Yeah.
Question, guys. Drop it in the comments. If you caught your child stealing, what would you do? And if there was a repeated thief, what would you do? Would you spank your child? What would you do?
Just a second. I'm sorry. He didn't finish. I apologize. Mr. Patterson, go ahead and
If
finish.
she wants to take parenting time away from me, because that's what she's filing for is parenting time, then why are you still trying to change or swap weekends if you're taking me to court for parenting time? Now, mind you, Ms. Capron does not communicate when it's best for our child. She only communicates when it's best for her. The safety of our child has been in question, and she doesn't realize that. She also won't tell you that her ex or her fiance has been abusive to her, have kicked her and my son out of the house and apartment numerous times, and my son is scared for his life to be with that woman.
You're referring to Miss Parks?
Correct.
Okay. Your final comment.
Okay.
I said final a couple times, but the picture is expanding.
I tried to contact his stepmom down in where he lives, or supposedly lives. She said, ask John about the meet time for last weekend. And she's like, ask John. I was like, I can't contact him. And she's like, well, do it through the app. So I did. I was like, when are we meeting up? Because I didn't know what the meet place was. Yeah, Tristan said it was at the police department, but do I know physically? No. I would have met at Lucky's where it stated. It's in 5. So,
go ahead.
And I asked him, where's our meetup spot? Because he's the only one that knows. I don't. So yeah, I did contact him through the app closed though. And then previously I said like a month ago, hey, are we doing May 17th through the 19th? And you will get the 24th through this 27th because he has football practice. And then that's when he said, or Tristan said, he can't contact you.
So alternate weekends currently.
Yeah,
Where's the pickup and drop off place supposedly?
Lucky Steakhouse.
Okay, and you don't want that to change, right?
I mean, it can change if he's gonna put his hands on me.
Well, I understand that, but I just want to make sure we have the prior order.
Yes, Lucky Steakhouse.
Alternate weekends.
And he gets most of the summer, and then, between Father's Day weekend, he gets some, and then July, he gets some, and then I get them like first part of August, like the maybe 10 days, or we switch.
Okay.
But no, I don't want to take his son away from him.
The alleged brake checking incident, was that back in November again?
Yes.
I want to make sure, November 23rd. Okay. All right, court's heard enough. I'm ready to issue a ruling.
Did you want to see?
I still have some stuff to say, Your Honor, sorry.
You do? Just a moment. What do you have there?
Pictures?
Pictures of?
Myself with the bruises and his daughter.
Oh my gosh.
His daughter?
Yes.
What's depicted regarding his daughter?
Abuse.
From when?
Whatever that.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Court will take judicial notice of that. You're all set. I don't have to look at it. Court will take judicial notice. Mr. Patterson, you have something else to say?
Yes. So, 2 things.
See, she's 2 people. She's saying she's not trying to take his son away, but she's doing stuff like that to let us know she's trying to get full custody just so she can maximize on child support, to be honest, and live happily ever after with her so-called fiance, which is the real abuser, you know.
Everything that she has asked for is on court. The judge, when I got out, asked me if I still had parenting time, and I said yes. They changed it and said the new meetup and drop-off is at Imlay City. I didn't decide that. The judge decided that. Ms. Capelin is the one that's making the allegations against me. She's the one that needs to do her due diligence and find out from the courts what is going on with the case that she is stating against me. So that's number 1. Number 2 is in at close. So the motion was filed, April 29th or 24th for the motion for custody? Okay, in at close, May 1st. Our Are we switching May 17th through the 19th for May 24th through the 27th? So this is after the fact that she already filed the motion. I would assume so, right? Because April and now in May, this is an app close. This information is in app close. And then on so then on May 5th, she texted my son asking the same question, which my response to that was, I can't answer any questions until May 10th.
Okay. The picture is getting wider and wider. I thought I saw Mr. Holbrook stand.
Just putting on the record here under that the order from May of 2021 from this court is that exchanges are at Lucky Steakhouse in Emily City. So I'm not sure where the confusion was that it would be someplace else because it's been a court order for 3 years now. Be Lucky Steakhouse.
Okay. So I have the information. I was ready to make a ruling, but all I'm hearing though from you, Ms. Capling, is that he needs help. What are you asking for regarding his parenting time?
I want the safety of my child. I don't want it to happen to his other child, the abuse. Because it's already against his daughter. It's already against me.
Right, but again, we're talking 2 years ago though regarding his daughter, right?
He's a repeater.
No, Miss, you are alleging that he abused another child, and it was 2 years ago. I just want to make sure we have that clear.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
not passing judgment relative to what may have allegedly occurred at Lucky Steakhouse. That's for
He beat her.
There are criminal charges brought, so I'm not questioning that. It'll be up to the court of law to decide how that moves forward. But this is what the court is going to do. There must be either proper cause or change in circumstance in review of the custody factors to determine whether or not custody should be changed. That standard is a preponderance of the evidence standard. And what is alleged here is alleged domestic violence, as well as there was a concealed weapons charge, and there's also malicious destruction of personal property. Criminal charges have been brought in Lapeer County against Mr. Patterson in this matter. How that case proceeds is how that case proceeds, but the allegations are there. Both parties state under oath that the child was present at the time. And what I'm hearing from Mr. Patterson is the behaviors that are alleged here. And again, he's not claiming the domestic violence or anything like that. What he is saying, though, is a trigger was this Ms. Margaret Parks, who the plaintiff also acknowledges back in November of 2023, Ms. Parks was involved with Ms. Capling relative to an automobile incident on Church Road, where even plaintiff states she had brake checked this Margaret Parks.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, and the child was in the car at the time. Now, according to the plaintiff claims that Ms. Parks has changed. Now they are.
She talking about a spanking from the dad. Her and her girlfriend tried to unalive each other with the child in the car.
Engaged to be married.
We're getting a house together.
Just a moment. You've had your opportunity. And so I find, based upon preponderance of the evidence standard, that there is a change in circumstance for two reasons. Number one, the allegations of domestic assault made by the plaintiff against the defendant. That's one of the factors, child custody order, child custody factors the court has to consider. The child was present at the time, so clearly that's an issue. Number two is this may have been, I state that in quotes, may have been triggered based upon an allegation that is acknowledged by the plaintiff of an incident involving Ms. Parks. Now, the court will order a friend of the court investigation relative to custody, parenting time, and support from the date, and support would be reviewed from the date the motion was filed. Also, as we move forward in this case, while the matter is pending, the court did not hear any evidence that the defendant is under investigation regarding any child abuse recently. Now, there's an allegation approximately 2 years ago, and I'm not doubting that because the defendant acknowledges that he was contacted by CPS. He even served some jail time as a result of it. Now, I don't deny that. So that portion is there, but there's another reason the court is ordering a review of the custody matter as well. It's also alleged that Ms. Parks was involved in an incident with the plaintiff whereby the child was in the vehicle that could have caused the child harm. That's another factor and reason the court finds proper cause. It's been acknowledged by the plaintiff in this case. On an interim basis, the court will order that prior orders will continue regarding parenting time. The court will not disturb the bond condition that has been set by the Honorable Laura Shager Barnard in Lapeer County District Court. If she states that it's to be in Lapeer, I'm sorry, in Imlay City, it's going to be in Imlay City, and the prior order indicates that it's at Lucky Steakhouse, which coincidentally is in Imlay City. So that's going to continue. However, one modification, and I know this stings, but I'm very concerned regarding the interest of the child. Ms. Margaret Parks is off limits to be around the child in any way, shape, or form while this matter is pending. So Ms. Parks is not to be around the child. Ms. Parks is not to have any contact with the child while the matter is pending. And that's the order of the court. Prior orders remain.
Damn.
So, and it's at Imlay City Police Department, Your Honor. That's what we're Imlay City Police Department.
That's where you're meeting now?
So let me get this straight. The mom came near to try to cripple the dad when it comes to custody, and wound up she got crippled, yo, because now her girlfriend / fiance can't be around a child. So how's that even gonna go if they live together? Damn. Crazy.
Correct.
All right.
Good win, man.
Is that correct, Miss? You're meeting at the Imlay City Police Department?
Last weekend, yeah, because I didn't know where, because I
I
was
can
meeting
understand
at
that.
Lucky Steakhouse.
No, I can understand that. Do you have any problem with it being at the Imlay City Police Department?
No,
Okay.
but my child has been around Maggie all his life. Since he was born. Was he? No,
I understand that, but I'm looking at what's happened recently.
but she's
The
changed.
court order will be modified
She's
that
changed.
the parent pickup and drop off will no longer be at Lucky Steakhouse, will be at the Imlay City Police Department. Prior orders will remain in effect as otherwise stated. Now, next thing is both parents will have to fill out questionnaire forms and information regarding custody and parenting time. Make sure you get those forms filled out. Make sure you get them to the front of the court so that they can make a recommendation. Miss, you raise your hand.
There is no charges against Maggie, so why can't my son be around her?
I made my ruling.
Okay.
I made my ruling.
That one right there, guys. That's a
Parks
win.
called, and then I called.
That's a win. That right there was a win, guys. Damn, that was good. That was a roller coaster, man. Dude came in losing. Oh man, guys, what do you guys think about that case? That shit. Yo, Mike, thanks for sending me that. Yo, Tim, thanks for the gifts, bro. Your Highness, Aaron, appreciate you for the gifts, man. Who else dropped some gems in there? Blue, thank you for the gifts. I'm not your baby daddy. Thank you for the gifts. Tim dropped a lot of gifts. I want to say thank you, brother. Your Highness, thank you for the gifts, man. Oh, this is a good case, guys. Damn. Shit. And dude is just a good dad, man. He caught his child stealing. So he did what most dads would do. You know what I'm saying? Like he disciplined the child. Even in the Bible it says thou shalt not steal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I bet you that child won't steal again. Courtesy of the dad. You know, no excuses. It says, okay, did I miss? I had to put the dogs out. Yeah, you missed a good one. This was a good one. This was a good one. Yeah. You definitely did. Shit. I'm glad yo, Mike, thanks for sending me that case, man. Woo. If you got any cases you run into, guys, dadsmovingforward@gmail.com. We just hit over 1,000 likes on YouTube. So we'll be going live there pretty soon. I appreciate you guys. I've been grinding, man. A lot of things going on in my life. Just lost a loved one. My son's birthday, he just turned 18 yesterday. You know what that means. You know what that means. No more child support. No more child support. I'm still take care of him, you know what I'm saying? But he got a job, so he a grown ass man. My daughter's birthday, she's turning 21, and on the 3rd. Then me and my wife's anniversary is the 22nd, and then my birthday the 23rd. And then my oldest son is getting married. He's on DMF on the page, the one I was alienated with for almost 20 years, guys. We're going to his wedding. You know, we the best of friends. That's my son. So everything's possible. Anything's possible, man. But yeah, we're going to the wedding. I'm actually be one of the photographers. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be putting in work. You know what I mean? Just it's a little lens and stuff. But I got the camera gear, flashes, and all of that stuff. Starting to move forward with my life after all the parental alienation and all the crazy stuff, guys. I'm finally moving forward. I'm transitioning. So I have a new page called F Stop the Cap, and I'll be doing a lot of my photography, videography, cinematic stuff on that page. So yeah, thank you for the congratulations, guys. You know, I'm just a dad moving forward, man. It's about time. Me and my wife went through a lot. My exes, you know, they found out I was getting married, so they started with false allegations. All of it got thrown out. I got, 50-50 custody of my son. Everything went uphill, man. Ever since we started DMF and running this campaign, exposing all the silver bullet tactics, and not just helping myself out, helping other dads out. So I'm happy, man. I'm happy with what's going on. I'm starting to see other dads fighting back. You know what I'm saying? Some dads will walk away, as they should, because the silver bullet tactic is a monster, especially if you haven't recorded. Thank you for the congratulations, guys. But man, yeah, I'm starting to move forward, guys. So I'm picking up photography again. I put it down for like 4 or 5 years just to pursue dads moving forward, guys. Before dads moving forward, I was a photographer, man. I was a full-time photographer, videographer, doing my thing, man. But I literally dropped it so I could pick this up to go. I put everything in DMF, guys. Every damn thing in DMF, guys. I did blood, sweat, and tears just to spread awareness about what's going on in our lives as men and fathers, so we can wake up the masses and let them know it's two sides to a story. If they just gonna believe her side, it's gonna be a bad thing, because they tend to believe, the courts tend to believe the females. But now, since we've been running this campaign with Dads Moving Forward, we've woken up lawyers, judges, letting them know it's not just the dad getting alienated, it's the dad's grandmother, it's the dad's grandfather. If the dad has kids, his kids are being alienated. So what this mother's doing, she's using a silver bullet tactic with false allegations to alienate the child, the father, the whole family. She's playing God. And it's more damaging to that child than a dad walking away. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just fortunate that we have the opportunity now to in a stage to, put our 2 cents in and cross the line in the sand with some women. It's not all women, guys. It's some women, but it's a huge portion of them that get bitter once you leave the relationship. How do we join the movement? You're in it right now. Just participating, liking the page, sharing, reposting. I can see who's reposting. I can see who's commenting. I can see who's sharing. Believe me, when we bring these numbers and they see how many people, we just hit 2 million likes on the platform, guys. That's big for this type of content. You know what I'm saying? This ain't like the jokey, laughy, dancy stuff, man. And we got a lot of haters. So we got a lot of haters, but we still reach 2 million likes on the platform. It's big. And I want to say over like 50 million views. The likes don't match the views, but we got over 50 million views. I promise you. Huge. But man, I'm so glad, man. But yeah, I'm starting to move forward. If you guys want to get into like photography, cinematics, my YouTube channel for that one is F Stop the Cap. F Stop the Cap. We got the page on YouTube. Also, Dads Moving Forward LLC. We just ran over 1,000 followers on that page. We're doing some big things, man. I'm exhausted, but I'm still grinding. I'm still moving forward, man. And I wouldn't be anywhere without you guys. So I want to say thank you. Thank you for the likes. And we hit the goal tonight too. We had a goal of 10,000 likes on this, and we just did that. Easy work, man. And we got some new followers. If you're a new follower, drop a 1 in the chat. I'll follow you back.
New friends. Special day.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.